Good morning, everybody. It is around 3 o'clock in the morning, and we are about to head up to the East Deerfield area for a day on the Pan Am. Well, it was the Pan Am until yesterday. It is June 1st, 2022, and formally, this is the day that the CSX transaction of Pan Am goes through. So it is technically under CSX ownership now. However, it should still all be running under Pan Am operations for a few more months. But we're going to take this opportunity. I've got the entire day, and we're going to try and go catch as many Pan Am trains as we can. Probably chase a couple. Obviously, Pan Am, as a lot of you know, is a pretty hard railroad to chase and find trains on. They don't run on a schedule, and it's pretty much luck if you find a train. But we're going to stay up there for hours, hopefully get as many as we can on this first day of CSX operations in northern New England.
Arriving in South Deerfield, Massachusetts just after 6 a.m., we catch our first train, the southbound Amtrak Valley Flyer, with 2 coaches behind one P42 DC. While waiting at East Deerfield Yard for any action, I heard on the radio that an eastbound mixed freight EDPO headed for Portland, Maine was departing. After about a half hour of chasing to get ahead of it, I finally stopped at Royalston, Massachusetts, where I got a shot of the EDPO with 5 Pan Am locomotives on the head. Once the CSX transaction is fully complete operationally, this section of track will be operated by the Genesee and Wyoming subsidiary Berkshire and Eastern, with NS and CSX both retaining trackage rights over this portion of track. The B&E will stretch from Rotterdam Junction in the west all the way to Ayer, Massachusetts in the east, the limits of the former Pan Am Southern joint venture with Norfolk Southern.
So this is the power for last night's BF ED that came in from Bellows Falls. They pulled into the yard while we were out chasing EDPO. That took much longer than I thought, so I thought we might get this guy coming in the yard too, but got his power right here, so just as good, I guess. I think they're both ex-Conrail B40-8s for ex-CSX. And there's a lot more MEC power up in the shop tracks further along. I'll try to get a closer look at that later. So they're gonna go park these engines over by where all these others are parked over here. There's another pair of B40s, both painted. Those were on the Springfield turn last night. And then there's a couple more C40s, B40s, and SD40-2s back in there. I don't know what they're all assigned to today. I know 16R and 11R are still out there, and then maybe an EDRJ. And then obviously EDBF will go back up to Bellows Falls tonight, probably with these same two engines. Yes, that's the power tracks at East Deerfield. Pretty filled up this morning. It's actually been a pretty busy morning on the Pan Am. I was not expecting to see 3 trains in about 3 hours. So I cannot complain at all with how the day has gone so far. So we'll see what we catch next. More power shuffling around back in the right tracks. Not sure what's going on with this set of 2 B40s. If they don't move soon, probably gonna head west. The 16R is coming on the west end, and I want to try and get him coming out of the Hoosick Tunnel. So they're by Hoosick Junction now, which is about a 25-mile run. So I'll probably leave in the next few minutes if nothing happens here. Go get set up for them.
At the east portal of the Hoosick Tunnel, we set up for Norfolk Southern Manifest 16R, headed from East Binghamton, New York to Ayer, Massachusetts, with loads of mixed freight, double-stacked trash containers, and loaded auto racks. Opened in 1875, the 4.75-mile-long Hoosick Tunnel is the longest active transportation tunnel east of the Rocky Mountains.
When you're ready for it. Over. Full number G322, 322. Date 6/1/2022. Didn't see any extra. NS 6964 at Skyia CPF 414. Tracks are out of service between milepost 403 and CPF 398 in charge of Fulham Brunel. Form D number G322 is one line 4. Dispatcher is LaValle. Over. Form D G322, date 6/1/22 to the C&E Extra NS 6964 at CPF 414. Signal line 4, all ALL tracks out of service between milepost 403 and CPF 398 in charge of Foreman Brunel. Train dispatcher is LaValle. Form D number G322, one line circle, line 4. Is that correct? Over. Back at G322, one line 4. Time effective is 12:15. 1215. Over. 322, one line circle, line 4. Time effective is 12:15. 1215. Is that correct? Over. All correct. Let me see if I can get you a signal here. Here, sounds good. 16 are out.
All of the NS trains that we will see today that traverse Pan Am trackage are led by an SD60E locomotive. The reason for this is because a fleet of these engines has been equipped with ACIS PTC for use on the MBTA around Ayer, Massachusetts. This is a different type of PTC than is used on the rest of the North American freight railroad system, so Norfolk Southern has only equipped a few locomotives, all SD60Es, with this type of PTC. They're all based out of Binghamton and are added to trains headed north for Massachusetts.
All right, we are all the way at CP's Mohawk Yard now on the Freight Sub. Same line that the Pan Am uses, but it's CP owned here. And we got the 23K intermodal coming our way, headed back west to Chicago. This train originates in Ayer on the Pan Am and comes over the D&H, heads up the NS Chicago line over Chicago. This is one of the trains that'll be rerouted off of these tracks when they finally get the CSX Boston and Albany connected up with the D&H in Voorheesville. So you won't see these here for very much longer.
The reason these intermodal trains are being rerouted is because as part of the CSX deal to acquire Pan Am, NS received trackage rights to run its Ayer intermodal trains over the CSX Boston and Albany mainline, bypassing the non-clearing Hoosick Tunnel and allowing these trains to run double-stacked. To accomplish this, NS is rebuilding the former D&H Albany mainline from Delanson to Voorheesville, NY, where a connection to the CSX Selkirk Sub will be added. From Voorheesville to Ayer, the NS intermodal trains will run on CSX trackage instead of the Pan Am District 3 mainline. Heading over to the CSX Selkirk sub, we unexpectedly catch another result of the Pan Am acquisition. The CSX geometry train, powered by number 9969, headed towards Massachusetts and Maine to inspect the newly acquired Pan Am trackage. The sale had gone through only today, so CSX was wasting no time getting this train into the area. After hearing on the radio that the NS-22K intermodal train was approaching CP trackage, we moved back to milepost 481 on the freight sub to catch another one of the soon-to-be-gone intermodal trains headed east for Massachusetts. We finish up the day back on the CSX Selkirk Subdivision outside of Selkirk Yard with the departing manifest Q635 headed for Columbus, Ohio. Scenes like this will soon be quite common across the state of Massachusetts on former Pan Am trackage.